Yo, what's happening? Welcome back to another episode of Football Focus Weekly with me, your boy, Nyata, Kenan, MSC, and my co-host himself, Mr. Mojes. Ukoaje buda?
Mimi ni fan wa Crystal Palace. Mimi ni fan wa Crystal Palace.
Today we are cooking. Leo tu ni kugonga tu yani. Leo ni kugonga main points. For those who don't know, nilihamia West Ham and we just beat Arsenal. So today we hammer. Now we hammer the points. Know what I'm saying? Welcome back. Ulikuwa na weekend mzuri ama mbaya ndege?
Mbaya sana.
What happened?
My teams, only one team won. Actually no, two teams won. Yeah, two teams won.
United and Palace.
The Chiefs. Three when you had Palace. The Chiefs, United didn't win. The Celtics won.
We came back though.
Celtics won. And then Kenya lost all their games.
Yeah.
At Vancouver Sevens.
Sadly.
Yeah, it was not a great day. And the culmination, Arsenal decided we are just not going to win the league.
Are you shocked?
About?
Arsenal.
In what sense?
You're not going to win the league.
I'm not shocked. I would have been shocked if everyone was fit. I would have been shocked. But the state of affairs means that you can't be shocked.
Hiyo ni excuse. Like, where that line yenye nasemanga, why argue with an Arsenal fan when you can just wait? Send you na hit harder. Talking of Arsenal, let's go straight to Emirates. What happened?
Uwanja wa Emirati.
What went wrong?
West Ham went right.
Why are you guys losing at home?
No, West Ham went right.
Okay,
we didn't lose the game. West Ham won the game.
You said it, yeah?
Yeah, West Ham won the game. West Ham came with a game plan and they executed it to perfection. Hakuna kitu tungefanya. Like, first half, they made us look average.
Mkochi?
They made us look very average in the first half. First of all, we just lacked urgency.
Yeah,
true.
Because lobby.
Sisi, inaonekana ni afadhali tucheze game 3 kwa wiki. Hii ya kucheza na kupata break midweek si poa.
I know, I will pay pressure.
Si tunataka ile games ikuje every 3 days. But West Ham just... And the thing is, I think I had mentioned it in the preview. The moment I saw Lucas Paqueta was a doubt, nikajua msana kuja na haramu. Juu sasa midfield, Suchek has to start.
Yeah.
Nani tena alianza kwa midfield?
Alvarez. Alianza na...
Edson Alvarez, who is a walking yellow card.
Yeah.
But never gets sent off. Au msa akulangi red card.
But amezipata this season, amepata 2 back to back. Yeah, Premier League na Carabao.
But then bona kupata hii game. It had to be Lewis Kelly.
Alafu it's expected.
Nani alikuwa na ile audacity ya anaitwaje? Lotan had the audacity to post akifanya hivi. Kasema bro.
Stay humble, yeah.
Kasema bro.
But tumeongelea msee, like he's a good player, he's a good bowler, but he has that Gavi gene. Ya kuwa reckless all the time. Like this won't be his last red card.
Whose gene?
Gavi. You know Gavi, Wabaka. Gavi wa Barcelona.
But you see, the thing is...
Annoying as hell.
You know, the other thing is, you know, this is where you notice someone... You know he's a midfielder, right? He's actually not a left back. He's played more left back for the senior team than he's done for the academy.
Yeah.
And the way he plays football, when he loses the ball in midfield, it doesn't lead to chances or red cards. But he has to learn that if he's going to play as a left back moving forward, uko nyuma hakuna vitu hawezi fanya hizo vitu za ujinga. And it's not that it's not I don't even want to call it reckless. He's too brave. He's too brave.
Too rash.
He's too brave. Juu kitu amefanya mara mingi, hii si game ya kwanza. Kuna games mob sana amefanya ile ako tu peke yake huko nyuma.
Spurs ya United.
He makes that Catania like what, and then your heart just did this.
And then ana shield katikati ya players wanne.
And then he gets away with it, because he's strong and that's his strength. So you can't tell the guy kama mimi ni Ateta na mimi ni coach wake. I'm not going to tell him to stop doing that because that's a strength.
Yeah.
It has created chances, it has created goals from nothing, Now hiyo attribute, akikosea attribute, what is he doing in the Arsenal team?
Yeah, true.
Because team Arsenal say if you're not 6 foot plus, you have to bring something else to the table, especially as a defender.
aggression.
as a defender. If you're not 6 foot plus, you have to bring something else to the table. Unaona? So that aggression is what makes him him. It's just that jana ilimpata tu time mbaya. Juzi ilimpata tu place mbaya.
But Raya alikuwa anaenda wapi? Alafu I saw another stat, Raya.
But even if Raya was not there, what would have happened?
It would have been a yellow card.
No, it wasn't.
I think
Saliba was carded for the same. Was given a red card for the same thing.
Raya coming. That was the argument. Was Raya was way too out of the goal. So
But that's how we play.
Kudus angechip to
Apana. That is how we play.
like that was okay. Yeah, I get
That is how we
I get
play.
that part. But
Yeah.
the argument from VR was Raya was way out of the goal. So if Kudus angepita Skelly, it would have been a goal.
No. The reason was
Saliba
he was fouled under control.
really.
Yes. Kudus was fouled when he had control of the ball. Not
yeah,
because.
But pia proximity ya Raya ilichangia.
Yeah, for sure. But unachiki hiyo foul ingefanyika na ball ingekuwa imeenda. Hata kama Raya kwa hapo na ball ingekuwa in front of Kudus's feet, it will have stayed yellow. According to the explanation. The explanation was by the time Luis Kelly turned, even Kudus alimnini kiasi.
Alimgonga elbow kwa shingo.
Alimkula, but it was legal. Like it was Kudus was strong. Kudus was
strong.
man of the match.
He's strong.
He was man of the match.
Bro, like niliona first half ana body check Saliba. Crazy.
But because by the time Luis Kelly now came back to return the aggression, Kudus had already controlled the ball to the front of his feet.
And nikakuwa katikati yake.
So they concluded that he was in control of the ball. And that is why he was red carded. Because even if the ball had gone away and Raya bado ako hapo, ingekuwa red card from the explanation.
Ingekuwa assumption. Yeah.
From the explanation.
I also saw a stat that said in the 47 goals Nini have conceded, West Ham, they've only conceded 2 crosses.
What do you mean 2 crosses?
Like in the 47 goals wame concede, bao mbili pekee ndio zimetoka kwa cross.
Like what do you mean by a cross? Open play cross?
Like kutoka kwa wing.
Si corner.
Si corner, from the wing. So nikidhani watu wenu walifanya assignment. Niliona tu first half tu mna whip to Merino tu macrosses kadha.
Yeah.
People who have conceded 2 goals from crosses. You thought you'd...
So now, this is where I ask you, even you as a football fan, imagine when you coach your team, you've built a team off of having a center forward who makes runs. If there's one thing about Havertz that Havertz does, Havertz makes a stupid amount of runs in a game.
Yeah.
90% of them might not lead to anything, right? But the defense has to be aware that this person will keep making this run over and over again. It might pay off in the 20th minute, in the 90th or the 70th. But 70th minute. But he constantly makes those runs. So when you don't have the person making those runs in Havertz, you don't have that person making those runs in Gabriel, and that is where everyone is saying we're lacking a striker. The attribute of a striker that we are lacking in breaking down a low block is movement, not size.
Yeah, true.
You need mobility rather, not movement. You need mobility. We didn't have that mobility. When Havertz goes down, in as much as he misses chances, that guy creates havoc because he's mobile and big. So he's big enough to, at least, he might not win every header, but he will cause problems. But he's also, he moves a lot. So that back line will move. You see the thing with Merino, he's good at moving into... He was moving into those channels as a midfielder. He's not moving as a striker. You know, striker, you are running into the channel knowing the ball is coming to you. Yeah. And it may never come to you. And that's what a striker does. Striker might not get 50 goals in a season. And that is what Firmino kept doing. You know when Firmino at Liverpool, Firmino would make those runs consistently. He would drop back, make the run. Drop back, make the run. Go to the wing. And that kind of movement, that's the thing Merino doesn't have. And we don't have it in the squad. So going into this game, that's why I'm telling you, if we had a full squad with Havertz, with Gabriel, Jesus, Nini, I mean, just striking, let me say striking, and we lost to West Ham, it would have been shocking. But here, our strength, the one way you beat a low block, we didn't have it. Akukwa na mtu. In fact, Calafiori had the most shots at halftime, which is something that Arteta does a lot with him because he knows he loves running into the final third. But because the guy is also just coming back from injury, he couldn't play more than 60 minutes. He was our biggest threat at halftime.
Kwanza Bisaka ilimweka kanzu ingine.
Wan-Bissaka. But Wan-Bissaka, see, we called it.
Yeah.
We made a whole video about Wan-Bissaka and how he's whipping crosses now.
Yeah.
And how you guys would have really, really loved to have him under Amorim.
Yeah, true.
He would be great. He would be great under Amorim.
Kwanza leo nimeona Ten Hag amesema ana miss Old Trafford.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Amambia nani?
Nimeona tu Fabrizio amepost. Sijui alikuwa anafanya interview wapi.
Is this the earliest manager has done an interview
Yeah.
after being fired as a United
Ten
manager?
Hag did after 3 days.
Hey, Ole.
Ole did actually.
Ole it was more of
Ole did. Kwanza alifanya kidhani ni post match.
yake alifanyiwa na club.
Alifanya na club.
Eh.
Alidhani ni post match.
Club ndo like club iliona tu like you're when ka Maxos team alienda. Alifanya interview na club. Like we respect our legends. Si nilikwambia we will never replace Maxos mkadhani jokes.
Mtamreplace tu.
Hatuwezi.
Si uliniambia Colliand is the next big thing.
Yeah, but he can't be Maxos.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Point remains. West Ham were amazing. This game was not even about Arsenal. It was about how amazing West Ham was.
Yeah, true.
And
How organized
sometimes
they looked.
you just accept the team just played better than you. They had the tactics they had tactics. They played according to their tactics. Their game plan worked to perfection. We were whipping crosses to, as you said, the biggest people in the world.
Yeah.
Our set pieces are not working anymore, but Ben White is back. Hatukuwa na ule mswakuni ni keeper.
But sasa unajua shida
But
ni
the quality of the crosses is still
kwanza
not
hata
there.
when Ben White I saw he's back but he lacks Saka. Those two had a good zile combination play. The one we had in United under Ole. Herrera, Pogba, Martial, Rashford, Lindelof, Maguire, like those two players wenye wame click, they complement each other.
But you know also, what watakuwa out for, well, Ben White has been out for almost 4 months.
Yeah.
Saka will be out for 3 months.
Yeah.
It's better one starts. It's better to get the game time now, you know, so that you're not blooding both at the same time.
Saka narudi next week.
Sijui.
Tukiwa Chapel Old Trafford.
Hawezi rudi next week. Anarudiaje next week?
Yeah.
Hawezi rudi next week.
So mtafunga Old Trafford.
Hata sijui, bro.
But anyway, you're playing United. So
Sijui tutafungaje.
your game iteration 0-0.
Yeah, we need to give a big shout out to Kudus.
He's a good guy.
Kudus was
Like we went to
balling.
Ajax and paid 80 for Anthony instead of Kudus. I'll never forgive Ten Hag for that.
Kudus was something else. Hey, yani vile alikuwa tunaona like he's just bullying that entire right side.
Anacheza kama Afrika
Hey.
kienyeji.
And then the one thing I always complained about Kudus, he's too rash with his decision making.
Yeah.
He was so calm. Mpaka nikasema umse kwani Potter amefanya nini?
Ama
Potter
ama
anamfanya
aliwatch
one on
box
one.
to box.
Yeah, aliwatch box to box.
Akasikia hiyo.
Alikuwa calm. Badala ya kuforce ile pass ya final third anarudi nyuma na lose ball and I was like
He listened to us.
this man is
To buy stocks. To nunua stocks.
Yeah, so
Lazima.
kama Kudus
Todibo was also really good.
Yeah.
First game back after a while. Todibo was quite solid. Hey, there's nothing that passed him.
I
There's
think
nothing-
United now has to sign him.
There's nothing that passed him there. Actually, West Ham, there were so many amazing performances. In fact,
Yeah, Bisaka, Bowen.
Kudus number 1. Bisaka, Edson Alvarez, Prowsey.
Bowen.
Prowsey was just there. He was just like he brought the legs. He was like, you guys have the size, piganeni yuko, but I'll bring the legs.
Yes.
And when it comes to counter,
And the
just
passes.
playing the Nini pass, playing that nice pass to break the line or to get out of pressure. He was
Aaron
immense.
1B.
So Skulls was also really good.
Yeah.
I thought Skulls had an amazing game. That kid is not scared to get into a tackle.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
He doesn't pull out of
I was
50-50.
watching West Ham more than watching us. Juu, unajua saa zingine, I feel like sometimes we're so hell-bent on our team winning.
yeah.
And you're so...
That you forget
you're like,
some-
Yeah, you're like, what is... But then I've watched my team for so long to know the issues we have. Paka it's reached a point, I'm looking at the opposition. Where are the spaces? Where are the gaps? I'm not seeing any. Sioni. Hakukuwa na gap, bro.
Walikuwa wamepack
Hey,
a strong
hakukuwa na gap.
7, back 7. Actually back 8.
But yeah, big shout out to Graham Potter. That was a big result.
I think when we said Upper when he was hired, the first thing he needs to do is stop leaking goals and find the right balance. And that's what he has gone and done.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
Shout out.
Then we had
But ligi imeenda.
Umekubali?
Hii imeisha.
Sema.
Ligi imeisha, bro.
As in say it, make statement. Kama mtu anapeana press.
Ligi imeisha.
Zizi press ikwangi ya one word.
Enda uklip hiyo, ligi imeenda.
Press ikwangi ya one word.
Imeenda. That was the final nail in our coffin.
As in accept.
Do you final nail in our coffin?
Your concession in speech.
Gonga the final nail in our coffin.
Kichwa kama nduki. Kichwa kama nyu. Kichwa kama nyundo.
Jiga.
Yeah, so
Si umetoa wapi hiyo kitu?
Nini nyundo?
sisi ni hammers.
Mse.
Ai.
Si alihama. Na maneiba walihama.
Yeah, so Arsenal have conceded the league to Liverpool. Now, in 11 weeks' time, they'll be giving Liverpool a guard of honor.
Acha nikwambie, kitu inaenda kwa lakini acha nikwambie. If we give Liverpool a guard of honor,
Inaenda kwa motivation for
Arteta anaenda kuweka, ana make sure kila mtu itakuwa screen saver yake na wallpaper.
That's what Ferguson did.
Easy. Atakuwa next season.
Yeah, atakuwa. Unless
Arteta is not going anywhere.
Let me tell you guys, yeah. As in, let me talk to reactionary Arsenal fans. You see, if you give like Arteta, if he leaves your club, you sack him. 12 hours later, atakuwa either Real Madrid ama a big team. That's how good that guy is. Hata kama yeye bado ni Duanzi, but he's good. He's a good manager.
He's rebuilt a team that
Yeah.
Yo, we were done.
Yeah, mlikuwa mmeisha.
We were done.
Banchara yenu ilikuwa crazy, but he rebuilt it from zero to from scratch to where you are right now, like in a position where you can compete for what? Top 2?
For top 2, yeah. Shut up. Imagine. And people sometimes forget, hey, those things of being number 8-7 is not okay, even you can't relate. But hizo stories za kuwa number 8
number 15.
Tunasema hawezi relate. Basi kuwa number 8-7 ni ngumu. Sasa unaangalia juu unasema, you know, 3 years in a row we are like, are we going for the title? Are we going for the title? You don't remember the days when you were huko 6, 7, 8.
Unaangalia
like,
number
wow,
5.
we are 10 points from top 4 if we just win 3. And then like, you know, you're doing all those calculations.
Yeah.
And when you get out of that, you don't remember those moments. You never want to go back to that. You know, I'd rather be in your position where I know. Skiza. I'd rather be in your position because I know things have to change.
Yeah.
People have to go. People have to go because that thing of being 6-7, Rashford would not have gone. Rashford would have still been there. Oh, he still has hope. He's our best player, academy player, highest paid player. So those things will still be there. But when you're 15th, it's like Z.
Right off.
Things have to change. Manager, nini, assistant, we need anaitwaje, director of football, nini, like drastic changes have to be made.
Yeah.
And then it's very clear that the culture needs a rebuild. You know, it's better to be in that position than have that hope of like 6-7 where you think, you see how, okay, I don't say Chelsea fans because Chelsea fans pia nika walijua kitu inakuja. But that thing of like, mko tu hapo, but you're not like breaking the ceiling. And you're Tottenham is the best example. And you're never breaking the ceiling. You're just there. And you do well at times. You get a Gareth Bale here, you sell him for a lot of money. You get Harry Kane, sell him for a lot of money. You make a few finals here and there, a Champions League final.
Wanapata Son contract.
So zinakuchocha tu, but you're never really at shifting the narrative. It's always, you're just in a cycle. Yeah. So, yeah, it's tough. Umsame tutoa mbali.
Yeah, so
and he's not going anywhere. And even next year. But the problem is, see, with our luck now. See, last year ilikuwa Man City tukijua this year ni Man City. Man City wako chini, Liverpool wakatokea out of nowhere. Tuseme Trent na Van Dijk na Salah watoke. Liverpool will be done, right? So it'll be like, hey, this is a time for the league. Bro.
United
next season is United watakuja. With our luck, it's just going to happen.
Nyina mko chini. Nyina maswara. Talking of United coming, we went to Goodson Park. Like every United game I watch, nasemanga, oh, this is our worst performance.
Umesema hivyo mara mingi.
Wanasema hold my beer. Ngoja next week bro. Now watch next week. This is our worst performance. Wanasema chill na bado hatujafika climax.
Nakwambia mambo bado.
Hopefully Everton first half was the hiyo ndio ilikuwa ya mwisho. Juu as in we were poor in everything. Tulitokea unaona nikao unaenda kufanya exam then you just write a name, your name. Ndio pekee ndo unajua. Like we just showed up. We were awful going forward, defending, passing. We couldn't string even 3 passes.
I had forgotten the goals you conceded. I'm watching them now.
Like Adi Amorim alikuwa anakaa chini anachoka.
Lakini nyo si.
Adi Ferguson alikuwa anafanya hivi.
Producer. Nimekuwa nikifanya tizi gani mob sana the last few weeks?
Leg day.
Bas. Hiyo ndio Amorim. Msame squat mara ngapi kwa screen? Tangu season yanza.
Kila match deni.
Sijona msame squat kama.
Ajashinda Ranieri.
Ranieri anafikwa place anakaa.
Lakini Bielsa anakalianga
ile kitu ya maji.
Bro, Amorim by the time season imeisha.
So Amorim endangi leg day. Anangoja tu match day.
Enyi wasi mnafanya show mzeti
zimob sana. For 90 minutes.
Alafu mtu anafaa kuja msponsor wa viatu. Juu angekuwa na ni vizuri avae Jordans. Unajua Jordans ukikunja hivi vile juu zinakunjika hapa juu. Hizo zake hazikunjikangi. Ni gani hizo?
Sijui. Air Force. Naka Air Force.
Yani game yetu ilikuwa mbaya hadi mnaangalia viatu za coach.
Mimi kwa nikiangalia viatu za manager.
Si tulianzia jacket. Alichange akavaa hoodie. Like that was the only bright stuff kwa hiyo game.
Wewe mko serious.
Nilikuwa na watch expressions. Expressions alisema the only reason Rashford alitoka ni juu Amorim akwenda kamsa kwa na drip. Mo kumshinda. Ndio Rashford alitolewa timu.
Basi kuna sahi menu. Bedhe ameuza watu wa drip wote Rashford na Malasia.
Watu wa drip walienda. Imebaki tu mse mmoja tu. Hakuna hata mse wa drip. Alafu
na kuinjured.
Vile wameishia ndio akachomo hiyo hoodie. Hiyo hoodie ilikuwa kali. Hiyo hoodie ilikuwa kali.
Ati vile wameishia na akachomo.
Amekocha watoke tu hivi.
Ndaka launch. Kuku wewe. You are hating. You are hater. That's hating. Ulikuwa mengoja hii moment.
Bara. Kwanza Everton walikuwa nafanya poa. Nilikuwa nimepanga hii podcast. Nilikuwa nishaweka list. Najua. Nakuja hivi. And then Bruno happened. But anyway.
He's a good player. Like mimi niko yeye na ask for transfer.
Kwenda wapi?
Say ako 30, he needs to win some stuff.
Ndio nakuuliza kwenda wapi? Nani atamchukua 30?
Barcelona.
Unajua yeye ni character, yeye ni anataka yeye ako na main character syndrome.
Barcelona can take him. Like
Barcelona.
Yeah. They wanted him last season.
Anatoa nani Barca?
Anatoa nani?
Barca. Midfield yao ni
wakali.
Azini nani? Wako chini. Mtu
shut up. Hawako chini bro.
Rafinha,
Casado.
Huyo ni CDM. Rafinha,
Pedri,
Lamine. Alafu hapa anaitwaje?
Lewis anaenda kureplace Yona Zagzi.
Si Zagzi. Haaland.
Watkins.
Ama Haaland.
Hiyo watu.
So, front three yao ni Lamine, Rafinha striker, then Pedri and Casado, then Bruno hapo mbele yao.
Gavi.
You can't tell me that Gavi achezi. Bruno ni CM.
Easy bro.
Like we only have 4 CMs left in the world. Okay, 5.
Na Gundo akirudi.
La Masia.
KDB mwenye ako washed. Odegaard who's now among the best. Juu Bruno ako hapo. Then Bruno, then Madas, then Vats. Hao ndio the only out and out CMs we have in the world.
Musiala
ni more of
Bellingham.
I will see.
Ni wale runners, late runners, nika Ramsey.
Hao ni kama Maxos. Hiyo crop ya kina Maxos.
Yeah, late runners into the box.
Rogers.
I will see out. Rogers ni carrier.
Rogers ni mzee lakini.
Kwanza what
not the same.
You see what you said. Tutafika kwa game ya Chelsea. But what you said was Liverpool. Even I'll surprise Chelsea second half.
Na mimi nashangaa. Ni kama watching highlights hata.
Anyway, yeah, so like Amorim, I can't blame him, but he takes some blame. Number one, and I'll keep on repeating this. You know where we are. After umefanya interview that we are the worst United ever, then you let go of our best left back, best right wing back
Which was your best left back?
Anthony.
Wait, wachana na leave our Ballon d'Or winner alone.
But the problem
Sisi kama Real
I have with
Betis.
him ni mbili, structure na stubbornness, na hiyo kulet Anthony and Rashford go without kuambiwa atapewa signing nyingine. Do what happened to Ahmad, like ilikuwa written all over Carrington.
I agree with the Anthony one. Rashford one, I don't agree. Rashford, it was about time, bro. It was time that culture needed to change.
It's okay.
And to me, I still feel like that guy is the main culprit.
It's okay, but we still needed some replacements. Due to short on players huko mbele.
Replacement gani, bro? Amna do.
Go out there.
Amna do.
Bro, kuna watu wengi nani Asensio was on loan. Asensio ako on loan.
You were trying to get are you seeing your way to be lose control?
Asensio angecheza wapi?
See,
Somewhere would have you'd have found a place.
yeah, tungefind place for him. Anaweza kuwa right wing, anaweza kuwa like kwanza hiyo
Acheze
ya
na
Chan,
winger,
right
but-
right 10. Hiyo kama ya Ahmad. Huku
Yes,
kwenye
hiyo ni
sahi.
wing back.
Huku kwenye like huko si tunacheza na inside forwards.
Uko mbele.
Cam, tunacheza na Cam, acheze na winger.
Sasa ndio nakwambia like yeye ni mnoma
Ni
kwa
cam
channels.
stroke winger. Sort of.
So he will
Ni
have
hybrid.
cooked. He will have cooked on that right side because he's left-footed.
Ai bro.
Facts.
Facts,
Then
buda na kuna legs.
simi ndo nakushow. Ako sawa. Angetusaidia mbali.
As imagine Asensio alafu Casemiro na Bruno mid.
Sikuna
Nani
ugati.
Casemiro na Bruno.
Casemiro anafaa kukua lynched.
Kwa nini?
Umsali ni like bro. At least you've played football for 15 years. Scan your environment before you receive a pass. You are fucking midfielder.
Ni mzee bro, relax.
Hakuna uzee bro. Kuna vitu zingine azinacha unafaa kutumia akili. Like before bro anachika ball like natetemeka juu najua atanyanganywa. Like I'd rather tu yeye akwe tu mtu wa off position.
Alifanya ile ujinga ya squat you game.
Mara mingi.
Niliwatch the last like 15 minutes.
The first two
Alifanya
goals.
ile ujinga ya nini? Ile game yenyu ya last Tottenham.
Yeah. Alikuwa anapita kwa like our midfield was not existing. Acha nirudi kwa shida za Amorim. Nishasema ya kwanza. Ya pili ni our structure.
Umesema ya kwanza ni?
Hiyo wa ku let go of akina Anthony na without replacement.
I don't think he had control there.
Like,
But
as a man-
Hata
continue.
mimi si agree na wewe.
In as much as akwa na control as a manager, kuna vitu zingine pia like he had a say.
He had a say, yes. But are you seeing how Ineos and Glazers are not even on the same page?
Yeah.
And you're a new manager who's been there for less than a month. And this is Man United. And you've seen where all these other managers have been fired.
Sasa
You're
ndio.
not going to come and force issues.
Si you demand, si ati force, unaomba hata players wa alone. Kuna players wengi.
I'm sure he did.
Na
But
Dogani.
if you guys so last week uliniambia salary ya mtu mmoja inaweza lipa ase wote.
Yeah,
Salary ya
Luke Shaw.
nani?
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
Lakini bado mnatuja watu. You are literally firing staff.
Sasa ukichuja show si tutamchuja season ikisha.
But no, who will take Shaw with the salary?
Si
And
tuna
he's
nini
injured.
contract yake I think inaisha ama back 1 year so tuna terminate kitu kile.
But you still have to pay him.
Yeah.
You still have to pay him regardless.
Hopefully tutapata
If you
shape the
terminate, you
same.
still have to pay him.
But
And the issue with terminating is you have to pay him there and then.
contract ya players wengi in expire nini.
Anyway, my point is, if you guys are even getting rid of 300 members of staff, yeah, it was 300.
Yeah, it's 300.
300 ni wengi. 10 members of staff. What makes you think that these same people are going to go out and get a lone player of
Umeona hiyo ya
Asensio's
lunch?
caliber?
Umeona hiyo ya lunch? Jeff ametuma kwa group. Watu pekee wanakula lunch Carrington ni players na staff.
First team players pekee.
Solo.
Nani akuli lunch sasa?
Hao
Si,
wengine.
hata staff hawakuli.
Hata staff
First-
hakuli.
first
First
team
team
pekee.
solo. Na ni soup na
Hiyo ingine.
soup na hot dog. Kichika hiyo.
Sasa, hao ndio tulikonda kwa alone. Where does Amorim come into
I
that?
make sense man.
See, but as a manager you have a say in
You
what
have a
happens.
say, but you don't have the final say. Is what I'm trying to say.
Sasa basi either way si bado yeye ndiye anakuwa thrown under the bus.
Okay, even Arteta, who's been at Arsenal for how long, right? We've agreed that it was the board who did not fork out the money.
Ateta naye yake huwezi mtetea. John ananga kwa press anasema we will work with what we have.
But he has to say that. What
See.
else? What are you going to say?
Amorim said we need players, we need attackers, we need physicality. Like
And that is
anasema-
why he's not going to get players.
Anasema
Because
shida
he
zote
needs
ziko
to
kwa
learn.
club.
He needs to learn how to. You see, the problem is when you manage these big teams, you have to be a politician.
Ten Hag did that. Ten Hag was always this group.
And that's why Ten Hag didn't finish 15th.
wacha bana.
That is why Ten Hag didn't finish 15th. That's why Ten Hag won 2 titles with your team.
Umeanza kwenye gaslight.
Si Ten Hag ameshinda titles gapi? He has won more titles than Arteta.
FA, Carabao, Snapdragon, ile ya Bangkok.
See, he has won more titles than Arteta.
Yeah, 4.
Hey, see? If Amorim could just be more like Ten Hag.
But Amorim adanganyi kwa nini? I think shida yake main si hata ni fans, ni
Kusema
media.
kweli press conference zake zimekuwa kali.
Yeah.
Hakuna kuficha.
Yeah, na media
Hakuna-
wako hivi. So media I
hakuna
think
kusugarcoat.
wata instigate hiyo nini yake akue fired. Like media wataanzisha hiyo agenda juu au
Anyway,
ndani.
you were giving us his
Yeah,
issues.
the second problem is structure. Like bro, you said it, ulisema hapa game week as in game yake ya kwanza versus Ipswich. The central center back. Unajua nikaa tunacheza na 10 men. Juu
During build up.
yeah. Like it makes it so easy for the other team to know what you are going to do next. To a point where Everton were pressing high. Ushaona Everton wakipress high? Producer.
Hata si Everton. David Moyes.
David Moyes. Jim Beglin said that it looks like they have been instructed that whenever Maguire, Delete, or Onana has the ball, you press them. Hii kanifanya nikakumbuka like every nini post match conference ya players team zenye tumechapwa, they always say one thing, what in common, we knew how they were going to set up and we knew how we will approach this game. So there's something that he has to tweak in defensive, in attacking.
What is it? But me, the
Like huwezi cheza system yenye inahitaji when we are building, like the essence of that hiyo kubuild kutoka nyuma ya Ofala ni tukue pressed, alafu somehow ball ifikie Bruno apige long pass iende kwa runner.
Wewe hiyo ni ball gani unacheza?
Like
Ati somehow ball ifikie Bruno.
see, okay, in sporting alikuwa na build from the back, right? The reason why Trincao and anaitwa Jumse Gyökeres wako na mabao mingi ni juu that was the plan. You bait the other team to one side, then hiyo ball inafikia anaitwa Hulmand. Yeah, that one. Anapiga kwa channel, Gyökeres anakimbia anafunga, ama inafikia Trincao mwenye ana make things happen. Like I thought that's what he was going to copy and paste, but we have different profiles. So bado ana stick na hiyo idea, na we have different profiles. So ball hatutoki nyuma na hatuna runners. Like our combined attack yetu ilikuwa Bruno mwenye alikuwa anarudi nyuma kuchukua ball, so tunabaki na Højlund na Zaxi. Hao wawili wako na combined sprint speed ya 13.
Højlund. Wewe wacha.
That's the worst.
Højlund
He turns good balls into bad. Akona ukubwa ya heavy ni heaviest. Akona heaviest first touch ever.
ukubwa. Between Zero and Lukaku, where is he on the touch?
Bro,
First touch?
As in he makes Lukaku look like an A student. The
Acha
first touch.
uongo.
Aki. Højlund akona touch mbovu. But the team looked disjointed. Chido came in and in 20 minutes he did more than what Højlund did in 70.
Unachukia tu Højlund, bro.
I swear, like everyone is asking Chido to start.
What did he do? What did he do that Højlund
Link up
wasn't
play. He almost assisted Garnacho,
everyone ni wena nani.
Mimi and other United tacticals.
doing?
And some locals. Like link up play yake ilikuwa crazy. Umse halose ball and you know he's this big imposing striker. Movement yake ni kaya striker. Like when ball iko kwa wing anakimbia kwa box. Like he knows where to run to. The way you described Havertz, he was doing that. So his movement is one thing that huwezi funza mtu. Okay, unaweza, but yake ni inborn. So it was giving us like an force defender mfuate. So we have an extra man in kwa hiyo final third yao kichuka hiyo. Højlund first half we were playing like 8 men. Hapress.
Maguire yuko.
Hadi Bruno alikuwa anarusha mikono. Anamwambia press bro. Hapress. Hezi hold up. Hezi like ako chini tu yani. He was filling in numbers. First half we looked awful. We can't defend. Dalot sijui amesahau kucheza ball ama we are asking too much of him. Like our only saving grace ni Dogu. That's why I have small hope that if we are going to sack Amorim, let it be at the end of this year.
Kwani?
bro. Ai.
This season or this year?
This year.
Eh.
Like the next season rather. Doing football we are this year bado, sindio? If they are going to sack him, at least give him the summer transfer, because we've seen one player that his team has identified works perfectly in this system. So if he gets like 4 or 5 players, what to improve from 15th to maybe 6th?
Adding 5 players is a lot of work.
Bro,
It's a lot.
We can. Trust me.
Yede natoka wapi?
Acha nikupe kwenye itatoka. On Sancho, freedom fighter, we are getting 25, right?
Si bado hiyo ni ya kulipa deni ya Anthony.
Z, we relax.
Amko zero.
Wacha-
Mko negative. Mbona mko na debt ya 1
We
billion?
tulia kwanza.
So,
Acha nikupange.
debt ya 1 billion ukitoa 30 ni 900
Acha
and
ni
70 million.
nikupange.
Sawa. Arrange me.
So freedom fighter, we are getting 30 from him, right? We actually 25. We pay 10 ya amortization, like 10 inaenda kwa amortization. So tunamalizana naye. Imebakisha 1 year. So tunabaki na 15 profit.
Amortization yake ya nini yake
Yeah,
Benio's bought.
Yeah. So imebaki 10. So tunamalizana na yeye. Yetu chama hada hiyo cha. So tunabaki na
15. Hiyo ni
15.
15 haya.
Tuna save 15 from his salary. Umenishika hadi hapo? Umenishika hadi hapo?
Hiyo ni 30.
Haya, tuingie kwa Marcus.
Ngoja, hiyo ni 30.
Hiyo ni 30. Tuingie kwa Sir Marcus. Sir Marcus MBE ye ni academic graduate. So we are get any
Na ni English.
and English. So any form of, like we had Villa have an option to buy him for 40. But since he assisted twice,
But you see,
Remember?
that's pure profit for your books. It doesn't mean that all that money is going to come at you at once.
I know.
It's pure profit for your
But
books.
still, it can allow us to sign. We are going to amortize the other deals. Now, I don't think we are going
Okay,
for
sawa.
big names.
Continue. And
40 plus, hiyo ni 70.
Hapa tujengia
40.
like salary yake pekee ya mwaka ni 25. He was our highest earner.
he is.
He is, right? So hiyo yake ni 65. Your profit. Ongeza kwa hiyo 30. Erickson has said he's leaving. Salary yake ni 10. Yeye alikuwa free agent. So hapo
Hii hesabu yako ya masalari lakini.
Si per week ukimultiply by time 52.
like per season sasa.
But you are still paying him until the end of the season.
Sasa si
Yeah.
akienda
Si
si
akienda
atatoka kwa
sasa
salary nini?
itatoka. You won't be paying.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
will-
if you
yeah,
pay
yeah.
if you pay someone 50,000 a week.
So we will bring someone.
If you pay someone 100,000 a week in a year, that's 5.2.
Ngoja,
Yes.
uko aje hiyo salary walikuwa nalipa Eriksen hawata haya more staff members.
Okay, sasa
Kuongeza
unaona,
lunch.
acha nikupe example. Unaona Malasia was getting 90, right?
90
Per week. We've brought in Dogu who is getting 40.
Angoja ulikuwa kwa ile hesabu ya getting 40
So unaona like how it's going to work. Unatoa watu wenye wanalipwa 300 400, unaleta watu wa so hizo pesa umeget venye una save. Producer umenishika?
Nimekupata.
So tuendelee, niendelee.
Yeah.
Haya, Erickson anaenda 10 million. Casemiro yake ni pure loss. Amebakisha mwaka moja. Bro, we send him for 70. Amebakisha mwaka moja.
You send him for how much?
70. Amebakisha mwaka moja na we are not getting any resale value. So the only thing that we are saving from him ni salary. He's among our highest earners. Lindelof anaenda, huyo tumemilk amortization yake yote sayata. So yeye tuna save tu salary. Haya.
How many are those? 6.
Yeah. Hiyo ni kitu 150. So from that 150 50
Toa so.
zinatoa 50. 50 iende kwa deni. Tubaki na
So
50 iende kwa hiyo deni ya 1 billion. Haya, hiyo so now we have 100. if we can manage to sign 5 players,
You can't yet because have you signed Ahmad to a contract extension?
yeah, alipewa contract extension hadi 2032.
Yeah, how much sasa?
I think 90 ama so.
Sasa so times 52. Only 5.2
So
a
we-
week. So toa
so we-
5.2
so we
kwa
chuck
hiyo.
5.2.
Nani tena amepewa contract extension?
Hakuna.
Maguire? Salipewa?
Zi.
Maguire
Maguire
alipewa.
alipewa ya 1 year.
Maguire tulitrigger extension azinile option ya kunini, so yake
Ni option tu.
yake
Sawa.
kuji na fans
Sawa. Garnacho?
ajapewa bado
Atapata.
imebaki 3.
No, we're looking at the off season. So who's going to get? So now that you see, you're the one who's brought up the financials.
Yeah.
Now we're thinking as the United board. Eh?
Yes.
What are our
The United
priorities?
board umseni Glazers.
I want the Glazer.
Who ni Glazer?
Mini Omar Barreda.
Yeah, and I mean Sir Jim.
Yeah.
So to extend Garnacho, sindio?
Amebakisha 3.
Sorry, to extend Ahmad.
Eh.
The priorities now. We need our stadium stop leaking. We need no, see, this is what they're going to be talking about.
Yeah,
We need
yeah.
our stadium stop leaking.
Chairman, kwani ulikuwa umeandika hizi vitu?
We need our stadium stop leaking. We need to tie down the players who we know are going to shine under this man.
Watch
Right?
out tied down except.
So it's who is left. Ahmad has given contract, which means his contract extension kicks in the summer.
yeah.
Nani tena?
Garnacho.
Garnacho.
Amebakisha miaka 3. Bruno alisign before, so zake ni 3. Yeah. Euro, New, Maz, Elite, Licha. Hawa kona bado contracts.
Actually, yeah. So those ones, there's not really anyone.
Ugarte
Out of
pia.
the youngsters,
Youngsters, I think mtu anaweza pewa contract ni Chido.
Akolia.
Collier.
Collier.
Ndio
Collier
anapewa
maybe.
contract. But huwa atalipo kitu kaa 50.
Yeah,
or
it wouldn't be
70.
that much.
Yeah.
So tumefika hapo. Tuko 1 billion in debt, sindio? We need to balance those books. So even if you have 100, we can't use the whole 100.
Yeah, we are not going
Because FFP is still in place until 2026.
Yeah.
Which means you can't lose more than 105.
But we are going to win Europa League.
Sawa, but you can't lose more than 105.
Yeah.
Europa League doesn't count in FFP for Premier League.
Oh shit, yeah, PSR.
Yeah. For Premier League, it's just Premier League.
Yeah.
Like Europa League doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Anyway, so tuseme back na 70.
And you need how many players?
5.
You need 5 players.
Yeah.
And any good player we're signing, let's just say average they are 30, 35.
Sasa see, that's
But
where
that's
amortization-
defense. That's defense only.
That's where amortization comes in. See
But-
at it,
but-
see at it you. Unless you're going to trigger a release clause.
But what I'm saying is 35 million would only be in the defense. From midfield Kwandele Mbele, someone who's going to add to your team is
Like,
50 plus.
Let me give you an example. We signed Euro for 48 plus add-ons. And in that 48, we are going to acha Dogu, the recent one. Dogu, we send him for 30.
Dogu, you signed him for
30.
Ilikuwa 30.
Now we paid inaitwaje upfront. We paid 7 million, I think.
Yeah.
Something between 7 to 10.
Yeah.
So hizo miaka zingine zenye amesign tutaendelea kuwalipa hivyo. So let's say we go and buy Kunya kona release clause.
Yeah, zebro.
We go and buy Kenda sign ndio ako more likely, ndio. We buy him for 50. Then we amortize that deal seme for 6 years. Right? Then we pay upfront when watasikizana. Maybe tuseme tulipe 10. Like if for every player we sign upfront equal 10 million. Hiyo 70, so you can sign 5 players.
Nikuulize kama
So
hivi ndio
yo, that means for Kunya it will be
Akunya kona release clause. Yeah, tuwezi nini.
no, okay. Let's say someone at 50 million.
Kenda.
When you amortize, it will be 10.
Like
And
10
then
in 5
their
years.
salary for first year would be 10.
1.
would be
Okay, sasa we say let's say we pay
because we've said 100k is 5.2.
like we use
We said 100k is 5.2.
no way we're going to give Kenda 100k.
So how much?
Like ndo nasema we use 10 per player. So my argument was
No, 10 per player won't work. Because if you sign him for 50, that's already 10.
yeah.
You have an added salary.
Salary
So
yake ziko mbali.
when you had salary, let's say 12.5.
Yeah, 12.5
Like
per player.
12.5, yeah?
Per player. So for 70, we can still sign 5 players, no?
for 5, 70 for 5. kama hivi ndio Shabana upige hesabu na
Si
zile
12
ticket returns
12
bongo
12 times 5 ni
Are you going to sell anyone?
yeah we're going to sell I think Mainu
ai
Hey, if Mainu goes now, that's another
Wait.
hole you've built.
Wait,
Because if you lose Mainu, Casemiro, and Eriksen in one,
bro I
one
swear we have to sell one academy kid
na unajiita
Kama si
ultra
hivyo.
takuzimia mai
Like-
no, it makes sense. I understand
As in
why.
from-
I understand why you
from-
have to.
actually
I don't agree. it
from
being
a
Mainu.
financial
Expert.
like me as Amar Bareda financial expert yeah MBE ama MBA
MBA.
What
Oh,
was it?
MBA.
business administration
MBA.
we see like we have to sacrifice to build umenishikadi hapo
hey, but bro you know you're selling if you sell Maguire and Mainu
Who will say- who will-
Maguire-
listen.
who will
Oh,
sell
sorry.
Maguire?
Rashford and Mainu you are losing 2 England players na
Si ndio, for a better cause.
sikia,
Yeah.
si kuna limit ya number of English players you're supposed to have in a club.
home nini si tuta
Si
nini
akina Kolia sasa na
akona
Chido.
Kolia watarudi kwa
Chidobi
nini.
na nani.
Leon
as
anakuja
long
next
as,
season
as long as you're not signing English players sawa
Leon anakuja
au
next
kwenda
season.
chini ya 50 uongo English players kwenda chini ya 50 na uongo but hii inamaanisha mid yako next season iko na Kolia
Zee, we are signing
Ederson from
Atalanta for
For
50,
how much?
50
50 hiyo umebakisha 20
12 Zee, like atulipi yote ni nini ushiki umse ashiki kitu si ndio
hii biashara
Mwambie
yako.
aya
hapa.
sikia bro sikia acha nikupe example unaona tem tulisign nani Zaxi alikuwa na release clause ya 33 million right United nominate ika negotiate that deal wakasema hawalipi release clause but watamsign na 34 million so what they did ni walisema watalipa upfront 14 million you get so they have 3 years to complete that transfer producer hadi hapo tuko sawa
nimekushika
unaona boyfriend wa Trump Pepe yeah Arsenal imemaliza deni yake
I think so.
si Trump president shut up
Trump ule mwingine.
yeah Trump the actor actress Trump the actress talking of Trump when Zuhum said that Pepe is not dating Trump Eric Njiro akasema why is he dating the president's daughter yeah so back to mmesema mmemaliza ya Pepe
Yeah, it should be. Because it's more than 5 years.
yeah so even ndio nini transfers zinafanywa
Wait, unajua umeongelea hii game ya Man U first half peke yake umesema mashida zote
acha sasa ningie second
Hey,
half
hii tataka tu video yake peke yake.
so second half we had more control we had more agency we had more running because Garnacho came on
with the same players right
Like-
see he didn't change a thing during half time
yeah he didn't change but aliwashautia hadi nimeona leo Bruno alifight na wengine dressing room kwa Daily Mail
Sauce.
I don't know if
Sauce?
Daily Mail
Okay.
yeah I don't know how true that is but Bruno fought with some physical fought ilikuwa quoted like walishautiana na players so second half we had more agency more like something tweaked tukakuwa serious kiasi then Everton now wakarudi to prime Moyes they wanted to defend that lead and hit us on counters
Yeah.
so waka fall so deep they allowed us to get back into the game so momentum ilikuwa na sisi there's a time we had 92 possession najua si mingi but you know
92 si mingi.
as in si kitu kubwa but for United with Maguire and Elite 92 is a lot yeah so when Bruno scored that free kick momentum ikarudi na sisi I felt like we were going to win that game yeah but
Was it a penalty?
yeah it was
No, the last one.
yeah
last one.
young
Yeah.
it was a penalty
Eh.
like I thank God they looked on the wrong angle waliangalia Maguire just placed their hand around him but wangeangalia angle ya Delete was pulling his shirt na alikuwa amemtrip
Ndegs unajua kama unauliza mtu mwenye alisema cut kwa mkono ni knock.
bana.
Kama hiyo ni penalty.
Mse, alikuwa doubtful for the game.
Surely. Hiyo ni penalty.
Say I've healed.
Listen,
Hiyo Dave imeshinda ile ya
if
Mike
Young didn't throw himself, the penalty would have been given.
If
The
it wasn't
problem
Young,
the problem is
kuna history ya Young pia kudive, so ndio maana nataka
the
kupeana.
problem is with these decisions, the moment you throw yourself and
Una exaggerate.
literally kuna frame fulani ilifriziwa umse alikuwa anakaa unachikimsa
Akiswimo.
akiruka nje kutoka kwa ndege
Eh.
kuivina shoot hivyo ndo vile Young alikuwa anakaa. The moment you do that it feels like you want to lie to the ref.
Yeah.
So there can be contact. There's always contact in the box.
Yeah.
If you just which is unfair to those people who never want to go down for contact because it will never be called. But also it's not going to be called for someone who throws themselves to the ground. And that's where problem
It happened to
Young.
Dogu and it didn't go down and we weren't given a penalty.
Na huo msana anafaa kupractice kuanguka. He's
sindio?
too old bana. Young.
Young, ako 40 bro.
He's too old.
No, uwezi practice
teach.
kuanguka na you have a kid who's watching you. You know? Like you have a kid who's a footballer. Yeah, so yeah, we came back and I think it was a good point for us. We have now to build from the second half.
Wacha
Nani
Sajima
alifungia
tuambie.
pili?
Ugarte.
Oh, Garte.
What a take. What a goal.
Good finish.
Yeah.
Sajim. Ulionaje game?
Mimi
Hakuona.
niliwatch 15 minutes pekee.
Mimi
Niliona vile mmewakalia, mimi naona mkiwakalia sasa.
Ungewatch first half.
mix tunaweza change kwa hiyo squad. Hoylund aanzi.
Same.
Nani? Mazrao yanaenda right wing back.
Wait, but who starts if Hoylund doesn't start?
Zagzi false 9.
And then who plays in midfield? Considering last week none of those players were
Tulia
fit.
tukupange.
Who plays in
tupange,
midfield is
Sajim.
Sajim na ma injuries Bruno na Ugarte.
Sajim ulisema you leave footballing positions
atuachie.
to footballing experts. We're focused on building a business.
Sawa. Mazraoui right wing back. Huko mbele ni Ganacho, Zagzi. Oh, nani hayuko Ahmad. Na Chido. Someone like him.
Chido was not even going to start.
won't
You know,
start.
me last week, what I learned from Amorim, what I learned about your young players from Amorim is that he doesn't trust them yet.
Not trust, but what I learned from Amorim about young players is the same thing you said about Arteta. When everything is going bad, you just don't throw in a kid. You know,
But that's what I'm saying. He doesn't trust them yet. Yet.
he trusts
Because
them, but
even-
and protect.
Think about Nwaneri. There were times when Odegaard was injured at the beginning of the season. We were crying for Nwaneri to start.
But mlikuwa
And
chini,
he
sindio?
refused. He refused.
Yeah,
He's
because
like, I'm
and
not playing.
protect.
But in front of Man City, he put Lewis Kelly and Nwaneri.
We play you next week. He'll
Because-
put Collier.
No, because he's blooded them. He's given them time as you go.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that they're much better than your youngsters. It's just that he didn't trust them. Arteta also didn't trust them at the beginning of the season.
true.
And as you play with the first team, go to the hotel, Nini, the rigors of the game, mentally, Nini, as the season goes, they get ready. They get more and more ready for it. And that's when you play them.
Yeah.
For Casemiro, Fossil, honestly, that Spurs game, Casemiro was moving slow.
He did the same versus Nini.
Casemiro had a yellow card. He was one challenge away from getting carded. At that moment, coach normally just removes the player and tell him just come out.
Yeah.
For him not to remove Casemiro with everything that was going on, you guys lacking players, lacking legs in midfield. The guy is on a yellow card and he can't be brought off even for 10 minutes for a youngster. To me, that told me a lot. I was like,
I
Amorim
think-
doesn't trust any of these
I
kids
said
yet.
he's a coward.
yet.
He's a coward. Ingekuwa ni Ten Hag angeka Morehouse. You see what he did versus Liverpool this season? He chucked off Casemiro and brought in Collier, who was 12 by then.
No, but Collier had played a few games.
But he
it
was
wasn't his
12.
first game.
But he was 12 versus Liverpool. We are losing 3-0. You know? At home. Oti. Yeah. Producer, continue.
Defense.
So yeah, continue.
Euro, right center back. Hapo katikati
Euro,
delete.
did Euro start?
Yeah, no, he came on.
There's a reason why he didn't start.
He was injured.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. So
injury.
if you bring him,
Okay, ideally.
atoke
si
after 10
ideally.
minutes.
Si ideally.
As in sasa panga lineup ya versus Fulham. Juu Ipswich I think ni too soon to make
Versus
more
Fulham,
changes.
So that's what I'm saying. In as much as you're saying there was a perfect squad you'd have made, producer Nasema there's a squad that he would have wanted to see start the game. if you consider who was fit, who was not fit, and who came back from injury, he didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
The squad that started is the one that had to play because those are the ones that are fit and match fit. Like, he doesn't have a choice. Even me, ideally, I would have loved Saka to start. But the guy is not fit. Even Ben White, I would have loved Ben White to start, but the guy wasn't fit.
United, we have Morehouse. He's a white.
Umemwona akicheza? Anacheza wapi?
Anacheza kama Rogers. Anacheza wing ama anacheza CM ama CM.
Sasa si hatuna CM.
Sasa he's a good carrier. We need him. Huyo ndio
Ana karibal kutoka wapi?
kama Rogers kutoka nyuma hadi mbele. Anachenganga anaweza chenga hadi
Ref.
si ref. Wale wanakaa huko nje wanaitwa aje?
Nani?
Wale wanakaa huko nje na reflector kaa za Sheng. Wanaitwa aje hao?
Steward.
Stewards. Umsa anachenga kila mtu like anacheza kaa street football. We need someone like that.
Reflector za nani?
Za Sheng. Nakwambia vile nilikuwa na shade nayo huko Linzi.
Ungeona akona kofia, akona
Goja,
tag.
hiyo reflector ndio ulifanya nao interview coach wa Tunisia.
Ayo ilikuwa ya Sheng ka tani.
Ndio unaongelea mbaya. Hiyo reflector unajua uko kwa hiyo
Reflector ilimuingiza ndani ya field.
Hebu tell us what you did last week. You're not even telling us.
Oh yeah. So last week we went to Lindsay to watch our female national team play Tunisia, and I was mad. Yeah, like Ahmad. Was a mad person because a lot of decisions never went our side. Alafu the manager pia I see amekuwa sacked. Hakuweka some players who people expected to start. Yeah, then when people were in the press room and doing what, I told producer, see, we get an interview with these Tunisian people.
Kwanza tuwapeleka mic pale mbele.
Hopefully.
Tuweka mic pale mbele.
Alafu tunaambiwa toa.
Atitoa.
Shut up, tukaimuka tukatoka.
Mbona waliomba mtoe?
Hatujui, ati mic hazifai kuwa hapo mbele.
Na ya watu wengine ilikuwa?
Only theirs.
Only theirs. Tukaona hapa. We didn't like that vibe. So we went into the field. So in the field, we see nini training. Tulikuwa tunatafuta gate ya kutoka tuende kwa kina Sheng. But tukapata gate hii side imefungwa. So when tunarudi, we see nini wana warm down.
Na bado mko na pass zenyu za media.
Sisi mimi na producer pekee ndio tuko kwa field. Media people.
Shout out to CAF, by the way, for hooking us up.
Shout out to me.
And FKF. FKF and CAF hooking us up with media passes.
And Jeff.
Hooking box to box. Yeah, and Jeff.
Yeah. So when tunarudi, naambia producer, situongelesha hawa watu wa Tunisia ama wanajua kizungu. Akaniambia sijui kama wanajua kizungu, but just tell them. So I went to one staff, nikamuuliza, nikamwambia, bro,
onyesha vile pass ilikuwa inakaa. Kenya versus Tunisia.
Na ile kofia yake ya blue.
Box to box.
Na kale ka chain.
Ati ukenda?
Anthony alipewa red card.
Ukenda wachana balondo winner.
Yeah, so we told tukaenda kwa hiyo anaitwa aje mtu si assistant.
Ni kama fitness coach.
Fitness coach. Kamwambia nadai kufanya interview na either unipe player moja ama manager. Akaniambia sasa manager na players wana warm down and ufanye na coach. So akaita coach. Kwanza nilimwambia mtu mwenye anaongea kizungu.
Na alikuwa anaongea nawe French. Umerealize?
Si Biko akasema tumejua Arabic.
Alikuwa anaongea nawe French. Aliongea nawe French kwa hiyo interview. Ama hujasikia?
Nilisikia but sikujua nimaanisha nini.
No, he was trying to translate it in his head.
Yeah. So that's how coach came. Kasi tukaongea naye.
Coach wa Tunisia.
Yeah.
Anaitwa Kamil Saida. Unasawaje jina yake bro? Na wewe ndio uliminterview.
Hiyo jina ni ngumu kushika.
Kamil Saida.
Yeah, so we talked to him. Akasema anapenda Kenya juu ya weather.
Na akasema we have a very tough team.
Yeah. He expected a tough challenge.
Anyway.
Wait, enough of Manchester.
Tunaingia the other side of Manchester.
No, before we go there, we had at Villa Park.
Chelsea.
We had
Chelsea.
Na tulikuwa tumewawarn. Tukasema all predict draw, si ndio?
Ni predict draw?
Kama si wote tulisema watachapwa, si ndio?
Mimi predict draw. I
think.
Probably.
Yeah, ulisema 2-2.
Probably.
I knew they were not going to get a result.
Who?
But you predicted Rashford to have a masterclass.
But I
and
did.
and to
I
score.
told you Rashford loves Chelsea.
Yeah.
But I said he'll score.
Yeah.
But
he
2 assists can
assisted.
be a goal.
Yeah, that's one goal.
Yeah.
Plus he was almost scoring.
Yeah.
Venye game ilianza the first 10 minutes, I was saying, Maresca ni tactical genius. Venye ameweka Enzo, midfield ya Enzo, Caicedo na James. Nikasema pa anaenda kucook. Juu, Villa wajui venye James atacheza. Wanadhani atakuwa midfielder, ama atakuwa wingback, ama anacheza na back 5, ama back 4. So, for the first 10-15 minutes, Chelsea were on top. Hadi when they scored, walikuwa nalemea Villa. Then I think that's where you need to have a player like Rodgers.
Yeah.
When unatumia Rodgers ni ana make team, movement yake na make team yenu inakuwa disorganized.
What did you say? What did you see? You said they said something last week that you saw.
Yeah, about Rodgers.
Yeah.
Rodgers anatumiwa ka chess piece. Umesikia hiyo?
Yeah.
Sivyo ndio ulisema? Yeah, so is that player mwenye anatumiwa ku disorganize your team. The element. So him and Asensio were really causing problems to Chelsea. Walianza ku get into the team. Then Chelsea didn't adapt to how Villa are playing. So, plus they missed Jackson.
Kabisa. Nick Jacks.
Juu Nkunku ako tu vibes.
Yeah.
Yani, mtu mwenye alicheza hiyo game fiti ni Enzo. Enzo tried to force the issue and get something.
Yeah.
But he didn't have the help. Then Chelsea fans have been crying for Palmer to play right wing. Ndio yeye aliyekwa. He looked off. Hadi missed that 1v1. Yenye ameshtua kipa akakaa chini alafu akashoot kwa Mings akaokoa akatoka kwa line. Kwa Mings ama nani? A Bell something. But Chelsea, I think they have regressed from how they started from how they started this league. Wameenda chini. You can argue that they lack
You saw they lack?
Jackson.
You saw the board came out to back the manager.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
What I'm fire.
Well, they should have done that for Ten Hag, eh?
They are as in unajua ile mimi ya Nigerian youths give a thief energy drink before they could beat him. That's what the Chelsea board are doing. Last season they came out and backed Poch. Aka-improve, wakamfuta kazi. Sahi, I saw an article last week saying Chelsea was promoted top 5 ama Champions League rather. Manager atakuwa on the red line.
Now, do you think it's possible, like, for them to actually make
Very
top
possible.
5?
Very possible. To not make top 5.
Ati to not make. Wako na ngapi sahi?
Number 5. But tied on points na Newcastle, I think.
There's something I wanted to show you. I'm trying to look for it.
Wako number 7. Holy ghost. 5 from above. Wako number 7.
Are Bournemouth finishing above Chelsea?
They look good. They should.
Oh, yeah. I found something here that, so we have a FB Ref. Kuna subscription kama box to box.
Yeah.
And you can compare stats of certain players all over Europe. So there are 2 players in particular. I actually was watching 442. I need to give shout out to where I got this 442. And he was talking about how the 2 players that they've lost that have really made them they've really lost so much. And that is Lavia and Fofana.
Yeah, true.
Lavia
Sana Lavia.
Lavia is in the 84th percentile of assists. 97th percentile.
Assist?
97th percentile amongst midfielders in the top 5 leagues. Now that's central midfield, like CDMs. 97th percentile
Passing.
of pass completion.
Okay.
97th percentile means he's top 3, basically.
Yeah. Progressive carries to the final third and whatnot.
Yeah, pass completion 91.6%. Yeah, he is 90th percentile successful take-ons 1.18. He is 84th percentile tackles at 2.88. He is 96th percentile in interceptions 1.86, and 70th percentile 1.18 aerial duels.
God damn it, man. I'm not used
And that is someone you've lost in midfield. Yeah, so imagine losing that in midfield, combined with Fofana, who amongst centre backs in the top 5 leagues is 89th percentile progressive carries, 1.24, 97th percentile successful take-ons, Kiingereza ngumu, 68th percentile progressive passes, 75th percentile expected assist goals, 0.04, amongst and 74th percentile pass completion. So you can see they've lost two of the best passers in Europe
Crucial
in their position. Yeah. They've lost 2 of successful take-ons in Europe in their position. They've lost 2 of progressive carriers in their position in Europe. And both of them have high expected assists from their position.
Yeah, from that.
So this is something you've lost in just losing these 2 players. And that's huge.
And
like,
they've
when you
lost
think about
Jackson.
it, that's huge. And they've lost Jackson.
Yeah.
Who haven't even checked. Let me show you Jackson's. Because now Jackson was missing.
Kwanza kwa link up play.
And that shows you, like, these 3 players in particular. No, those 2, because they've lost those 2 more for a longer period. That down for Leo may coincide na them losing those 2 players. And then for Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas aina H, by the way. Nicholas Jackson, 75th percentile non-penalty goals, 89th percentile non-penalty XG, 83rd in assists, 85th in expected assists, 89th percentile in expected goals and expected assists, 87 in shot creating actions, 88th in progressive carries, 88th percentile, which means he's the top 12% of carriers
In Europe. And he's a striker.
amongst strikers. This is among strikers. Successful take-ons, 1.4, 88th percentile. Tackles as a striker, 82nd percentile, which also shows you they've not only lost progressive carriers, they've not only lost people who cause a lot of havoc, but also physical players.
Yeah.
3 very physical players. In fact, so physical that they're in the top in their positions in Europe. So those are injuries at the end of the day. We all say, it doesn't matter. Everyone gets injuries and you have to find a way to win. But you can't lose your best and still expect to perform at that high level.
Yeah.
So, them losing Nicholas Jackson, Fofana, and Lavia have been quite costly. Quite costly. And Maresca needs to find a way to adjust. Kuna mtu alisema huo mtu ni pandit fulani. But I think he made a point. He made a good point. Maresca's first few months of the season was him just continuing what Nani did, Poch did. But when he started switching to his own style of play, things have just started going down. But he's had to because of the injuries. And that's what a manager does. At the end of the day, he might not win, but he's tried something different.
Kuna hater mmoja alisema ukiangalia results za Chelsea pre and post Mikhailo Mudrik's doping zimekuwa different. So before Mudrik ashikwa na doping, Chelsea were flying. But now that alishikwa na doping wakaogopa, results zimedip.
Ama wasengine pia wamesema wameenda wamechange diet.
Unpopular opinion. Anyway, so I think they still have a chance to finish top 4, if we're being honest, as in top 5. Kama Enzo anaweza kuwa focus na manage players wake, manage to stay
top
fit.
Top 5, Arsenal has to win the Champions League or Liverpool.
United is winning Europa League, so plus Chelsea are winning conference. They have to face Anthony.
Anthony.
But they might win it.
Oh, against who?
Fiorentina ama Betis, hao ndio the real challenges.
And Betis, you see, bro, we are coming for the trophy.
Anyway, Pia United is winning Europa. Yeah, so we go to Etihad.
Hey.
Kwanza kuna meme yake ya ameshika kichwa hivi. Stay humble.
Be humble. Sit
Like,
down.
In as much as we criticize managers, I think players equals to how you play. Pep has been known as the best tactician and the manager who goes for control. The past 3 games, Real, Liverpool, I've seen chaotic.
Yeah.
As in Pep surrendering control to the opponent, ama like anaacha tu game ikue end to end. That's so un-Pep-like. So I think
he doesn't have the facilities.
Yeah, he has been affected.
He doesn't have the facilities. The fact not having a midfield, you can't control a game without a midfield.
You have Nico kind of looked good in the first.
I mean, he's only been there for how long?
Ile ilikuwa dakika ngapi nikisema Nico looks.
Nico has been there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
3
Ile
weeks.
ilikuwa dakika ngapi nikisema he looks good. Ilikuwa dakika
Ilikuwa
12
first
hapo.
half. Walifunga 29.
Ilikuwa dakika 12, si ndio? Nikisema it looks good.
Liverpool walifunga bao ya kwanza 16 hapo. 29 ilikuwa disallowed goal ya
14,
Mamush.
37.
Mamush ilikuwa 29.
Yeah, so that's when I said it looks good, si ndio? Yeah, but City have a long way to go.
You know, in a Pep side, one of the midfielders has to impose his style
Yeah.
and impose his will. And that only comes with time under a Pep system. Because at this point, playing under Pep, the first few weeks you're scared. Am I doing the right? Am I doing wrong? Am I doing... The people who really shine in Pep's system...
Like Mamush alikuwa na shoot anaangalia pia.
are people... Hata yeye Sida alikuwa nakemewa. Unafunga hat-trick na mtu anakushautia
Kwanza tena Pep alimuja. Si ukaja Pep alimuja.
jana vile nani aliumia. Vile nani alikuwa muumia?
Mtolewa
McAllister. Akaenda kama kuja hapa.
ati makumi.
McAllister. Yeah. So it's hard. It's really hard. You for him to have that control, one person in that midfield has to impose his will,
Yeah.
his personality.
That's where
but
Rodri comes in.
that only comes in when you've played with this guy for a long time. You've seen how long it takes people to get used to his system.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are times he's just looking at the touchline and saying, wow, umsatanishautia.
But Savinho alikuka.
Nadoku.
Well, it's Trent.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, I can take on Trent. Na nimgeuze sawa sawa.
Shut up.
Hadi ende Real Madrid.
I'm done with him.
Yeah, but still he played well. I think Doku, Kusanov, Savinho,
Doku alijituma.
they had
Kusanov was started as a centre back. You know, I didn't even know who number 45 was. I thought it was one of the academy kids. I look again, I'm like, this is
Simpson
Kusanov.
today.
Because Kusanov is deceptively big. He's
And
huge.
fast.
And he's fast. So when I saw him, I was like, which centre back is this? And then 2 seconds later, Nonako right back. Towards the middle of second half, he was playing in midfield.
Yeah.
Another point, he was right wing, where he went and just kept going and he was playing right wing. And I'm like, this kid is going to be a star in this guy's system. Because there has to be an element of, there are defenders who are defenders, and there are defenders who love attacking.
Yeah.
And then there are defenders who can kind of do both. Like Vardiol can kind of do both. He's not a great defender, but he can be a great defender in a system. He can be a great defender in a system. He's like Ben White. Ben White,
Especially Amorim's.
especially Amorim's. Like that's a guy who is not a great defender, but put him in a good system, he looks amazing. Yeah. But that guy, like there was just runs he was making forward, and I'm like, wait, this guy, if he just clicks properly, and then he's making runs next to Mamush and Haaland. But lakini pewe ni mhenga. Mamush without Haaland
Yeah.
ni moshi tu.
Yeah. Sema hiyo tena.
Mamush bila Haaland ni moshi.
Mamush.
Ni moshi tu.
Mamush needs a striker to play off.
Yeah, he can't lead that line.
Yeah.
Granted, majority of the issues is still in the midfield. That is why he's not looking good.
FL said seeing KDB ana any effect on the game. Because City alikuwa anacheza na 10 men.
It's so sad. It's so sad seeing
Football
a
has
legend of
left
the
him.
game, bana. And the most impressive thing he did was how well he looked while he was running when he was being subbed off.
Yeah. Hata alikubali.
Alikuwa nakaa tu, sasa ndo alikuwa nakaa fit. Hizo zingine alikuwa nakaa amechoka. Kwanza ile shot alichapa half time. Hii yenye ilienda nikasema tu bro. Wow. Mpaka Tony Taylor akaita tu half time, akapuliza tu nini ya half time.
Akasema pia yaamini.
Yeah. But also, again, if that anchor is not there at the back, KDB will not look great. So in as much as football has left him a bit, it's not helping that there's nothing behind him. I'm not saying Nico is not anything, but he's only been there for a few weeks. Like, we can't really judge him that much. But see, City, and the thing is, this is the first time I've watched City get, in this bad run of theirs, get dominated without giving up. They didn't give up in this game.
Yeah, they didn't.
Walijituma mpaka mwisho. They were just not good enough.
Yeah.
They were literally not good enough.
Plus wakakosa idea. Kwanza time walitoa Mamush. Holy ghost.
They were not good enough. And I'm so glad Szoboszlai is shining finally.
Yeah.
Because
The two tents.
I had been waiting for this moment for a long time, since the beginning of the season. Because
Kwanza jana alianza ka false 9.
he was amazing. And then there's one thing I've realized about managers in this day and age. Have you realized all these managers now, we're using
4-4.
we're using midfielders to press.
Yeah.
Our first point of contact
Nafaa kuwa straight.
is our midfielders. when I say our, I mean us, just generally as your team, my team, because your team, Bruno, is the one who will trigger the press.
Yeah.
Ours is Odegaard or Rice. Theirs is
Szoboszlai.
Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai. Man City now, there'll be Mamouche and there'll
Chelsea
be
Enzo.
Chelsea Enzo. That is, it's interesting. Very interesting to see.
Kwanza I saw Slot playing kama as in off possession yake ni kaya Ten Hag but with better personnel. Juu hao guys are crazy runners.
Kabisa.
Yeah, so
Athletes.
Yeah, athletes. Yeah, that's the name.
Gravenberch was just solid.
Msi kumchenge imeanza kuwa ngumu.
Konate was, you know, there's like a way they back up Trent. Like Trent, there were many one-on-ones.
After that first hurdle akaambiwa invert venye nani alikuwa na invert Rico Lewis.
But the thing is, in as much as Trent was being passed, that thing was never those chances he was passed 8 times. It was 8 times in the
11.
in the first half. No, in the first half.
Now the complete one, I may break your record. The most dribbled pass.
He was dribbled past, but none of them
11.
didn't lead to a goal.
So ukimchenga
Only
unapata
one led to a
Konate.
shot, I think. The Doku shot. The one Nani saved.
Unamchenga unapatana Konate.
The way they set up to back up Trent
Yeah.
is that's proper teamwork.
But they are good.
Because the moment this guy gets the ball and he crosses, I told you this guy is Steph Curry. The moment he crosses halfway, you have to start looking for all the runners. Where are all my runners?
Alafu one thing about, I think we are, okay, people have been giving him credit. But Salah, akishika ball final third, expect a chance creation, a goal, ama an assist, ama something. Like, Salah has, amefika hiyo level yenye, sasa anaweza fanya anything he wants.
Akona aura.
Akona aura. That's the...
Na pia jana pia ali fall back kumsaidia.
Yeah, niliona alikuwa na defend hadi.
Alikuwa narudi. Even Luis Diaz was coming back on that side when Robo ameanza kukatwa huko ndio kabla atolewe na Simika saingishwe.
Savinho but ali.
So those guys, them mentality yao ni we need to close out this title.
Also Van Dijk is good. Solid.
No, yes, that's a given.
I want him to go.
Man City walikuwa na chapizo makrosi kadhaa zinaenda tu straight to Van Dijk.
Van Dijk ama Konate.
Lakini kuna zile step over Savinho alifanya. Guy.
Ni beast.
Alikuwa anafanya hivi. Alifanya hizo step over kaa 6, hajaguza ball na hakuna msa defender ameguza. Bro nikaanza mkono wangu ikaanza tu kufanya hivi. Mimi nilikuwa nimejua bro mimi ndo nacheza hivi. Niko tu hivi. Wow. That guy has some serious close control.
Yeah.
And then he just went back and then he recycled and I'm just like, yeah.
Umse ana need team kama Liverpool ama United ya Ole. When you are direct.
Hii team Rodri akirudi. Rodri akirudi kwa hii team.
But still kuna hiyo aspect ya City yenye wanaweza fika final third wanze bado kupass. Umse ana need kwenye anacheza mtu hadi anamaliza completely.
Imagine unafanya step over zote na Haaland anangoja katikati. KDB yuko, Mamush pia ndio ule.
He needs a
Rodri,
more direct.
Nico Gonzalez. Alafu kuna Gvardiol.
He needs a more direct team.
Bro, Man City will be highly unpredictable next season.
Ama ende
Highly unpredictable. They've sort of gone back to that year of Mahrez.
Yeah, he's having that.
It's just that Savinho is a bit more unpredictable than Mahrez because he can go left or right. Mahrez was always going left and you can't stop it.
Kenyan Mahrez.
Nani?
Sheng.
So yeah, Liverpool.
We give credit.
Liverpool have sealed this. They've taken. They've won the title.
Watuachie Champions League.
They are looking very good. They made City look very average, completely average. Dominated them with that 6% possession. I don't know how you do that.
Ask Ole.
Salah was just, yeah. Those guys. Hii season yao ni nini tu.
Luck and good results. Anyway, that's it for the games in the weekend.
Ngoja hii timu yenye Sajim amevaa. Mbona umevaa jezi ya Palace leo?
Kuna kitu Eberechi alifanyia.
Achana Eberechi, Mateta.
Kuna kitu Eberechi alifanyia Anderson.
Hadi Anderson akafanyia every
Unajua
time.
niliona madakika naona ni 27 na shangaa.
Na game ilikuwa 0-0.
Eberechi ni mzii. Hii jazi nimevaleo tu juu ya Eberechi yeze. Former Arsenal player.
Mimi Mateta alinibamba.
Jean-Philippe.
Zakari made alichenga watu kaa 5. That's Muno's goal, the assist.
Let me tell you. No, let me ask you. I've been telling Biko this guy should have come to Arsenal. This guy
He's
could have
so
helped
good.
us.
Yeah. Shida ni age.
It doesn't
think-
matter, bro. So we just need you for 1 year. Just win us and then we go get someone else.
Now that producer mentioned your team, I think they are playing what United should.
We wachana na United.
See, like they are to me same style, same everything.
Shida ni gani?
Personnel, bro.
Sasa si ndio.
Personnel.
Eh,
Amna
basi sasa-
Eberechi.
Na tuna Mateta.
Na
Jean-Philippe.
amna Anderson.
Na Anderson Seko.
Ako Fulham sahi, sorry. Amna nani? Amna Gehi.
Eh,
Amna Gehi. Amna Anka.
hatuna watu. That's supplier.
Amna Anka.
That's why next season we should sign Vitinha.
Unajua Anka pia ni power supply. Si power bank.
Haijafika nyaribari yake.
Jeff Kisi. Unatumia power bank ya Jellycard.
Ya anaitwaje?
Hako.
Hawa sio wanatengeneza kila kitu.
Ati Hako.
Oraimo.
Oraimo na kaya Kisi. Wait, auski last week nilipatia kina Makumi gift zao. Ilikuwa na chocolate ya Toblerone.
Mko ngoja useme chocolate ya Raymond nitoke
Chocolate ya Toblerone. Unajua tu Makumi alisema ati hiyo chocolate imeandikwa Torebobe.
Makumi.
Wakali star.
Magali sanafaa kuja Shabana.
Mafans wa Mashabana wanampenda.
Tungie prediction.
Teketeke. Tuko na midweek. Nini?
Kesho na Premier League.
Acha uongo.
Aki.
Kai.
Nimejua jana.
Mi after tulishindwa league
Tufanye za top 4 solo.
tufanye tu zote.
Sawa.
Lakini mi siku hizi mi watch tu rugby.
At Amex Stadium, we have Brighton taking on Bournemouth.
A derby, South Coast.
Yeah.
After they destroyed Southampton.
Yeah.
Hii ni ngumu. Bournemouth walishinda? Weekend?
Walichapa 1-0. Walipewa red card kwanza.
Walipewa red card. By the way at home. Ile game tulisema hizi chapa ni Brentford.
Wolves,
sorry. Ngumu. But mi naona ni kama hii game inaisha draw.
I think I'm tipping Bournemouth to bounce back. Going for Bournemouth win 2-1.
2-2 draw.
We have Palace taking on Aston Villa at the Selhurst Park.
Unacheki hii team kubwa hii. Hii team kubwa. We need to lay down a marker. We're going for European places. What position are we now?
13th.
13th Simba, but we're coming for Europe.
Yeah.
You know we're named after a certain type of animal.
Eagle.
Bas. That's it.
Going for Villa win 3-1.
Palace win 2-1. Palace win 2-1. Jean-Philippe, Arsenal striker, future Mateta. To score.
Future Mateta. Wolves taking on Fulham at the Molineux.
I'll go for a draw. I don't see how Wolves just getting back-to-back wins would be such an amazing feat for them. They did it at the beginning of Nani's tenure. What's the coach's name?
Him.
Yeah, boys. Fulham coming off of a good victory. Wolves would be buoyant.
Good ama wamechapwa.
Nani?
Fulham walichapwa na Palace.
Sorry, na confused na Palace. Yeah. Fulham coming from a bad result, going to meet a team that has come from a good result.
Coming like wounded animals.
Yeah, itakuwa noma. Mi naona hapo naona tu drop here.
Mi naona Fulham wakishinda. Aya, at the bridge you have Chelsea taking on Southampton.
Their first win in many
months.
Wamekaa sana bila kuchapa mtu.
Yeah, so I'm going for Chelsea win 4-1.
I'm going for Chelsea win 5-0.
On Wednesday we have Brentford taking on Everton.
Brentford versus Everton. The two informed teams, eh?
Yeah.
It's a tough one. But Brentford at home, visa.
Free scoring Brentford.
Yeah, I'll go for a Brentford win. Thomas Frank is showing that he's such a good manager. Have you been watching the things that Premier League is doing with him?
Yeah.
They've done like a feature of him, the one he did with James Alcott, and then there's other one for A Day in the Life.
I've watched him.
Have you watched A Day in the Life?
But kuna
He's
zenye
so
hiyo
relatable.
kwanza ya dressing room
He's
watch.
so relatable. And then when he's talking with his coaches,
Yeah.
talking to about how they
They
couldn't stop Konate and Salah. And yeah.
Watch that.
So, yeah, Brentford 2-0.
Going for Brentford win 2-1. Beto has to score.
Oh.
Then at Old Trafford, the relegation derby.
Oti kijana wangu.
We have
Bao
Manchester
mbili.
United taking on Ipswich.
Tena za kichwa.
The McKenna derby.
McKenna. Ipswich walishinda.
Walipigwa 4 na Spurs.
4-1. Walijaribu. Lakini nyi lazima bounce back.
We have to.
Lakini so you'll be resting for FA Cup.
No.
Si FA Cup ni this weekend.
Itakuwa Sunday.
FA Cup ndo trophy yenyu. Nyi mtarest wase for FA Cup. Na wajua.
FA Cup ndo tutarest watu for Europa.
FA Cup ndio nyi mnaenda kushinda FA Cup na rest for FA
But
Cup.
who are we resting? Itatuna squad.
So with that being said, I'm seeing you guys win, but you will toil.
Yeah.
You will fight for this win.
2-1.
3-2.
2-1
United.
We have Nottingham Forest taking on Arsenal.
Arsenal is by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
The greatest team in North London.
Indeed. This is a tough one.
I'm seeing Elanga do something.
Indeed, bro, I know.
Rhythm is a dancer.
I know. I don't see how we win this game.
You might win, but Elanga has
No,
to.
we might, but chances are we might not win. Because Chris Wood was
He's moving different.
he's moving different. Did he score against Newcastle?
No, he assisted.
Yeah, he didn't score. So he has to score here, first of all.
They have to bounce
The
back.
comeback they made, the only thing with them is that they have lapses of concentration.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how they consider those 3 goals against Newcastle.
Yeah, boom.
But we don't have that firepower. We don't have that same luxury of just going and scoring 3 or 4. Dude, the best we're getting from Nottingham Forest is a draw. 2-2.
1-1 draw. Then the big one, we have Spurs taking on Manchester City.
Is that big?
Yeah. It's,
For a fact, there is no way City is winning this game.
City never wins at London Stadium. The Premier
Not even
League.
that. City, Liverpool have done the double.
Yeah.
Spurs are coming to do the double.
Yes.
Spurs are winning this game.
I'm going for City.
Handily. Spurs are going to win this game handily.
I'm going for City.
Lazima, and they have to score 3. You know, I was very disappointed. I predicted Liverpool would win by 4. They only scored 2. Now they have to concede 3. 3-1 to Spurs.
3-1 City.
3-1 Spurs.
We have a curtain raiser before the Carabao Cup final.
Yeah.
Liverpool taking on Newcastle
Where's the game?
at the Anfield.
It's a tough game though. But
It has a draw written all over it.
Newcastle are not ready for prime time.
Wanangoja Carabao.
And not even that, like you saw the performance at Etihad.
Yeah. It was
Literally, you were beating a team that's at its lowest, and you just couldn't even get a result. And Mamouche scored a hat trick. They're not ready for prime time, bro.
Yeah.
Liverpool are winning this one. Salah will just continue his impressive, crazy record of just scoring and assisting in every game. And I am backing Trent to do something big. And so Bosley. So I'm going with that Liverpool 1-0 win.
Liverpool 2-1 win. On Thursday, we have West Ham United taking on Leicester.
How many times have you hit your hand?
5 times.
Those are the number of goals they're going to score against Leicester. Leicester look bad, bro.
They are so bad.
Leicester look bad.
So shaky.
Nani might be fired. Rude Boy might be fired after this game.
Anafa could walk out.
He might just be fired. Someone who was promised signings didn't come. Just they don't create chances. They did against us and some other games before. Us maybe 2 chances.
Even
Ndidi-
against us in FA.
Ndidi and I think who was the other person? I forget the other person. James Justin has been. There are days who scores the most goals. There are days when
Kaumia sasa.
Buonanotte who's the one. Like they're just hapless.
Blunt.
Lakini kama Flex na West Ham sijui nyundo ita.
Gongo kwa kichwa.
So you can fill in the blanks, but yeah, the Hammers should win this one. Kudus.
Yeah, I'm also going for the Hammers to win.
2-0. Kudus Bowen.
3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ni hivyo. Make sure you like, subscribe, share.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace.